during valve clearance check I had to reposition the clutch cable, and now I am going to lubricate it because I noticed that it's got white dust flying off it, so the cable is dry. Sorry, I only have one hand, and it just came out of here. Standard cable mounting hardware there. It goes to the underside of the lever, the anchor end. There, into the groove, and then you have to set it for correct play, of course. So I'm going to lubricate it with this syringe. I have about 1 cc of engine oil in it, and I have this needle from a printer cartridge refill kit, and it's got a blunt tip. Okay, now do I get a nice shot? Kinda something like that. There, it's got a blunt tip, so I'm gonna put some oil in there, about 1 cc, and then I'm gonna have to connect it up here and connect it down there. Alright, I've only used that much oil, and I put the cable back in here. I also rotated this all the way that way so that there is no distance there. Oops, and I need 2 hands. Alright, rotated it forward so there's no gap between the fine adjuster and the body of the lever. This one will droop a little bit, but this part of the cable has to be in the fine adjuster, and when you just yank on the lower end there, take a look, when you just yank on the lower end of the cable, it should slide nicely. So that's the fine adjuster, that comes later. First we do the coarse adjuster, which is on the other side here. There, sit down here, take a look. It mounts. There, it mounts here. Here is the adjuster, the coarse adjuster. Here is this rubber boot on it, and there's the end of the cable with this anchor on it. It's gonna mount. Oops, it's gonna mount into that clip there, which I cannot turn out to have a better view. Ah, there's it. That's good light. Okay, there you can see that the cable end will slide into the slot and will come out at the middle. But if you just hook it up like so, we're not done just yet, because this threaded portion needs to sit here inside this bracket. I'll show you what I have in mind here. So back the nut off like so, and just push the cable up, and the adjuster will have to slide in there with a little bit of wrestling. Okay, just a sec. There we go, from this direction there. So yeah, so you don't have to totally fight it. And this was previously somewhere here, because that's where my dirt line is on the threads. You can see my dirt line, but now my hand is oily, so it's the dirt line is moving. So this is just roughly. Actually, I'm gonna need a whole lot more length. There, you need to be able to hook it up, and it hooks up really in one position when this pivoting part is out to the side like so, because now it's in, it's mounted here. Take a look, zoom in, there we have it. Here now it's mounted, and this is how it comes apart, you have to be with this pivoting part along the casting there. So there you have it. It's mounted. Oops. There. So now they are together. So far so good. But now we need to set play. And that happens with these two bolts, nuts, that need a 12mm wrench, which I just happen to have here. 2 pieces. Okay, that way. And it's just gonna be something like that. And this end of the cable might be dripping oil that's trickling down the cable, and it's gonna come out here. 1 or 2 drops of oil. That's fine. Just keep an eye on it so it's not being splashed out from here. It's not leaking from anywhere else. It's from the cable. And sometimes, like I said, it takes like 2 days for the little amounts of oil to trickle down and make its way down there. Okay, so as is, I have about that. All that is play. That's way too much. I have at the handle like 50mm of play. That's insane. No, it's not necessarily insane. I have big hands. That's too much for my liking. So first off, I'm gonna get rid of the play here and just hold it there. And just adjust it, something like that. Okay, now this is the play in the clutch. It's getting there. I'm gonna adjust it a little more this way, because when you operate the lever at the handlebar, you're actually moving it here. Okay, well, I definitely have some play there between the cable anchor end and the pivot point. This pivoting part is also loose, so I definitely have some play on the clutch. I'm just gonna tighten these, and where's it? 12 mils. 12 mils. Yeah, you don't have to reef on it. Alright, that would be a bad idea as a general rule. Whoop. Because you don't want to break this bracket with any kind of over tightening. And the point of these two adjuster nuts there, just very gently, is to keep the cable keep the cable in this line and provide a little bit of play. There, we're good there. Let's go and see what we did at the handlebar. Yeah, I have play. When I'm moving this lower end here, the lever is doing this. So I'm happy with that much play. I have positive play in the system, and if I need to lessen that play, I will do it with the fine adjuster at the clutch lever. Okie dokie, this one's a wrap.